There we go. There we go. What's up, home team?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Blessed to have a wife that know how to get me on this stuff. Cause I've been stuck trying. I've been
Hey, I
I should have
already know.
started
'Cause
I should have started 20 minutes ago working on
yeah,
being on
yeah, you like me. You like me. How you do this? How you
man. Yeah. I don't
Hey, welcome aboard to the party. First of all, I want to say congratulations to your home team. That's a big deal to be an author. I know. It means a lot to be an author. It takes dedication, a whole bunch of other things. What's wrong? You trying to get the screen together?
yeah,
All right, you good? You looking clean?
yeah.
All right, so I want to say congrats on that. And second of all, I want to say congrats on your other situation. So we'll take one at a time. First of all, the book. Tell us the title. How did you come about the title?
Well, it's duplicity. Um, my life, my double life, my basketball, everything I went through. So, of course, duplicity, I was telling the kids to do one thing, and while I was doing the same thing, I'm telling them not to do, living
Gotcha.
the life, you know, uh, again, just being up to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so let's go back real quick, right? Duplicity. It just means like a duality type of thing, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Saying one
So
thing, doing another.
I got you.
Yeah.
Duplicity. So I like that. Uh, First thing I want to ask you is, what was one of your biggest disappointments when you looked at your situation, knowing what you know now? What was one of the biggest disappointments that you had with yourself, facing that situation?
Really, because I'm a people's person. I'm always trying to please everyone. Just to know that I can't please them and take care of everybody no more. The letdown. Um, it was a disappointment. I felt I let everyone down, man. So for me, that was the biggest thing, man. My parents, my family, just to let down other communities, man.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. You had a lot of kids that looked up to you and still do, to this day. So what was one thing that was said to you that gave you motivation, from somebody during that period of time? Did anybody come in your path to give you some jewels to make you feel not so heavy about the situation?
Well, I think my support system was unbelievable. You know what I mean? That was the number one thing that I didn't have time to put my head down. I had to keep my head and chin up, um, and face the situation head on. But I didn't really have any, again, the disappointment was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But and
yeah.
I'm like, am I going to lay down? Am I going to get through this? Am I going to walk out these doors when the time come, ready to move on with my life again?
All right, so let's back up a little bit because some people may not know about your story. So let's dive into it a little bit. Let's give them a little bit of background about who Curtis Malone is and the trouble that you found yourself in. How did that play out? So first of all, one of the top coaches ever in the history of coaching is you. You have been a hell of a coach forever. You've coached some amazing kids and got them into the league and the whole nine. So kudos to that. So fast forward, coming from coaching basketball and the duality of your life, explain how that played out. Like, what were you doing allegedly, and how did that whole thing come about to where you ended up in prison?
Well, again, we started this program, man, in 1993. Um, and again, the 90s, you're familiar with the 90s, late 80s. So, I found myself in a little bit of trouble when back in 91, it wasn't as serious a slap on the wrist. And from there, I wanted to just give back to kids, man. So I set my mind to give back and help kids not make the same mistakes. So, we started a youth program. I started coaching at the rec, just giving back. And from there, 1993, we started coaching, well, 91, 92 with the PG Jaguars. Miss Tillman gave me a shot, man, to
Yeah,
coach.
R.I.P. Miss Tillman. Yeah,
Major part of me getting into this business. And Coach McLeese gave me a job over at Dunbar High School. That was in '95, I believe. But
So
those
you was
guys gave,
coaching Dunbar in '95.
yeah,
Okay, I
those
didn't know
guys,
that.
yeah, Miss Tillman and Coach McLeese gave me, they motivated me to do this along with Troy Weaver. So we started DC Assault in 1993. Me, Mike Sumner, Damon Handon, and Mike Brown. But anyway, it was really just for me to give back, man. So we didn't know the thing was going to blow up and be as big and powerful as it was, man. So, it kept snowballing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And from there, we had success for 20 years.
Yeah,
Um,
you
and
guys are one of the most successful programs in the DMV for sure, if not the
yeah,
most successful program.
yeah, we
You
had a,
guys became the one to beat. Your
yeah,
team was the team to beat
yes,
every
yeah.
single year. Yeah,
We took the show on the road a lot, and we proved ourselves all across the country that we were, if not the best, one of the best AAU programs. Still, some things say we one of the best in the history of AAU. But from there, man, I found myself dipping and diving and trying some things I had no business trying, man. And
right.
you know, once you get a couple of dollars and you get the taste of it, man, it gets hard. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. I tell people all
Yeah,
the time, drug dealing is different for the drug dealer. We get addicted to the drug dealing just like
yeah,
the person get addicted to the drugs
yeah,
using. And
yes.
so
And
go
I
ahead. I ain't mean
I
to
had
interrupt, but I get it. I get it.
I had a sister. I spoke at her graduation from a rehab, and after looking at her and what she went through, used to have to say to myself, really, I'm not no better because here I am poisoning the community, and I'm looking at my sister, what she going through, and I'm like, damn, this ain't good. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Yeah.
continue to dip and dab in the game. I dived in a little too much, and then in 2013, 2012, 13, they got an indictment on me. Uh, to it was it really, I didn't think it was as bad. But they wanted me so much that they wouldn't give me a fair opportunity to really give me time for really what I was supposed to get time for. So
Mhm.
again, I pled guilty to possession with intent, a conspiracy case. Um, it was supposed to be, I had got personally caught with less than 5 kilos of cocaine. So it really was only supposed to be like 5 years, but the prosecutor wanted me so bad from a previous investigation that when my
Mhm.
lawyer went to try to give me a cop for under 5 years, he was like, no, it's either he take this, what we giving him. First cop was 9 to 11. So I agreed with that. But then I got this, they passed a law in 2014 called the 2 point reduction,
Okay.
which that was
Explain that.
well, on drug cases, you all have a level that you are. So I believe my level at that point was like 32. So 32, that's the higher it goes, the more time you face with the quantity of drugs. So they sentence you based on those guidelines. So for the 2 point reduction, that took me down to 30 now instead of 32.
Okay.
So 32, my sentence ended up being around 7 to 9.
So it gave
It
you a
dropped,
different sentencing guideline.
yeah, it dropped 2 points from a 32 to a 30. And from there, I took the cop to 7 to 9 years. So it's the judge's choice. And if I'd went to trial, they had a chance to give me more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to take that chance. I was just ready
Yeah.
to be honest. I was to lay down. I was like, man, this for all the days they miss me, bro. And I'm
Yeah.
blessed to get that they offer me because I just knew, it was going to be worse than that when they first came and got me. But I
Yeah.
was prepared for whatever came my way.
That's a good thing. So for those young kids in the street right now, I would like to tell them you do have to know the consequences of what you get involved in, right? It's always consequences to everything you do. And be prepared, like you just said, to face them, because they will come one day. And if they do come, you have to be prepared to do what you have to do. So I applaud you for that as well, because a lot of young men get in your position and they don't be prepared for what may
Yeah,
come. They
yeah,
prepared to get the money, they prepared for the women, the jewels, the
yeah,
traveling and the fly gear, but they not prepared for the consequences.
yes,
So, as a man, you owned your shit basically, and you went to prison.
yeah.
And so, what was one of the toughest things about going to prison? Because no one wants to go to prison, we know that. But what was the hardest part about being incarcerated?
I mean, man, being removed from your family, man, it's always tough. And I think when I got over to DC jail, which I was over there for 10 months, and to realize that, when the judge say, you ain't getting out, pretty much no bond. DC don't have a bond, but you're being held. You realize that it's real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you now
yeah, for sure.
adjust everything. So you only get a certain amount of visits per week. Those are on phone over at the jail. It's not physical. So you realize now that this shit is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I ain't gonna see my parents, my dad, who it was my best friend, and I'm like, damn, I just hope I don't lose him while I'm in here,
yeah,
but that was the toughest thing, man. My children, they were young, so they was
yeah,
ready to ride with me anyway, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
to see my old man, coming over that jail, getting on that phone was hard for me.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. So is your father still with you now?
No, he passed in 21. I came home in 20, so I did get a chance to,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
them
So
years.
you did get the chance to come home before he
Yeah,
passed transition.
yeah,
Okay. That
yeah.
was a good thing. At least you got to, spend some time with your father. Cause
Yes,
I
yeah,
know you lock in. You was, totally locked in. So yeah, that's a good thing. So that was one of your biggest fears going to prison, that you wasn't gonna be able to see your father
yeah,
you know,
yeah. That was the tough.
healthy.
Was tough. That was tough right there.
Okay. So now what was one of the easier things about, not that nothing is easy about prison, but what was one of the things that you made light of, or you made it easy for yourself in prison?
Well, everything became. I mean, being away from family was the toughest, hands down.
Yeah.
But once you get situated and you get ready, and you're gonna do time, you gotta, you facing a situation. For me, it was my support cast,
Yeah.
man. I had the best, man. Of course, my wife. She rode with me through thick and thin. I ain't miss a visit. Um, up
That's
there
big.
twice a month, some days, wouldn't even let other people come see me. She
That's big.
took the
That's
took the
big.
advantage of the visiting list. She
That's
strong.
she bullied your
Yeah,
list.
for me. But the blessing though,
Yeah.
was I had, I believe, 80 visitor forms in,
Okay.
the kids. I mean, everybody wanted to support me.
Yeah.
So that part was easy, man. It was smooth sailing after that.
Yeah.
But the toughest part, the beginning.
Well, I heard you knew the whole damn jail. That was the word on the street as you over there eating steak and lobster and shit. That's what they were
It
saying.
wasn't
But
too
I ain't
bad.
gonna say nothing. I
I
keep
made
that on.
the best.
I keep that between us. But yeah, that's what they were saying.
I
Allegedly,
made
you was over
Look, I made the best of it now. I
there.
had to do
That's what they. Now that's the word on the street. I'm just saying. That's what they tell me. That they say Curtis,
it.
the nigga over there
It,
eating
it was it was
lobster and
it was
steak and filet mignon, all that
it was
shit in
cool. It
prison.
wasn't too bad. I can tell you that much. It wasn't.
Yeah. So, man, fast forward. You do your time, you come home from prison, you in a sticky situation because you were a coach.
Yeah.
And so you had a lot of youngsters that depended on you, and they had parents attached to them and the whole nine. So how did you feel coming home? Did you want to come right back home and get into it? Did you denounce it? How did you feel about the program and getting reacclimated or not? How did you feel?
I didn't. I really had no interest. I thought in getting back into it, right? But I was pulled so every day calls, man. You getting back
Yeah,
in, you're getting back in. And I'm like, I'm parents that I still know,
Yeah.
former players who got children now. So
Mm.
they, when you're gonna do this again. And I'm like, nah, but first coming home, I just wanted to be with the family
Yeah.
and time. And it was during COVID too. So
Okay.
that chance to really think and decide what it is I want to do. And then the guys harassed me to come out of retirement. My little brothers over at the museum, Greg and Muhammad, and they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Come on over here and consult with us. We need." And then I did that for a year, and then the next year, little Durkee, who played for DC Assault, he had the Washington Warriors. And he's like, "Oh, what it take for you to be over here? We need you over here." So I did it. So from there, everybody now know I'm back in it. My phone
Mm-hmm.
triple ringing now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just been um, calls from all over the country. Are you doing it again? So finally, let me try to make one last run at it to help some kids.
So I love that. I love that. And so I wanted to ask you, how did the most of all, not everybody, because you're gonna have some that don't, but how did the parents and the kids receive you coming home after you was doing a bid based on what you went to prison for? Like they were forgiving, were they judgmental? How did that work?
I didn't. The ones who probably were judgmental, I didn't really know or see or hear it. But
Right.
the most part, I thought I was accepted. Like I said, I had parents who were supporting me. That son didn't even play in my program. I just think
Yeah.
that they appreciated all that I had done, in the Washington D.C. area and throughout the country for the last 20 years. I think it just kind of overshadowed the negativity. You know, um, One of the things that go to prison for a child molestation charge or something like that. That's a little different, where
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
really scared for you to be around their children or whatever. But it was cool coming home. Everybody accepted me, man. I didn't have a lot of pushback, man. So
Yeah,
it
well,
was
that's
it.
the blessing. I will say, Curtis, you always been a good guy. I've been knowing you forever. You've always been a good dude in the community and abroad. A lot of respect for you, and a lot of people have respected you in and out the streets, not just for the streets, just in general as a human. And so I could see that they received you well. I noticed that a lot of people were cheering you on, and they were happy to see you come home, and the whole nine. So that just is a testament to how you are and your character and what you do, before you went in, after you come out. And so fast forward, let's talk about duplicity a little bit. I don't want to let too much time get by without letting you drop a little bit about that. What are some of the nuggets that you would like to talk about in your book? Like, give me some of the things that you would want to, drive home, points being taken from your book, if you have any that applies to the youth or whatever the case may be.
I think that the story alone, it can touch anybody, any race, any age. It touch a little bit on everything, man. Really just about being true to you, being authentic, um,
Mm-hmm.
being able to hold yourself accountable. You got to be able to be accountable for your actions, man. Like you said earlier, consequences and the choices that you make and the consequences that come with it. You have to always, even with your company you keep, you have to be a leader at all times. And
Yes.
um, been growing up in the 70s and 80s, I always wanted to be a leader, not a follower. If I was
Mm-hmm.
in a car when I was 13 and the car had a screwdriver in it and wasn't no kid ain't getting in that car. You know, so choices and decisions that we have to live with, and I had to face them head on, man, and hold myself accountable because people don't hold themselves accountable. They're always so easy to point the finger at other people. But, just being true to you, being a loyal, sometimes being loyal can be too loyal is not always good.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. So, no, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I mean, it's pretty much a bunch of that. The loyal side of things, like I changed lives, and you do something. You want to be the best at what you do, and I always tried to do that. Anything I touched, or anything I wanted to do or try to do, I try to be the best to do it. But
Yeah.
also relationships, man. I think that me being able to come back out here and have love and people love me is because relationships, your character is most important, man. And
Hmm.
when you treat people good, man, they're gonna always have open arms for you. So um, just to map to a real life uh, memoir that's going to show you the ups and downs and the things you go to. But at the end, you can fall, but are you going to lay down or are you going to get back up? Are you going to fight through this, or you just going now? I do time and just sit in the jail and hanging with the crew who ain't talking about nothing over there. But the stuff
Exactly.
I need to hear, because if I wanted to turn left, I know how to turn left. So
Exactly.
building relationships, which I did in there, and I think I built some valuable ones, man. But just the life, the map to a successful life, man. And now I'm back trying to do it again, uh, but stepping back up to a change as a changed person.
Yeah, I love it. So, fast forward to DC Assault real quick. I don't want to leave that out. DC Assault is something that you helped build from scratch, basically. Correct?
Yes,
You and
yes.
some others, but yeah,
Yeah.
you had a vital part in the coming up of DC Assault and the players. How did you get some of the amazing recruits that you coached over a lifetime? A, and then B, name me three players that you put in the league or had something to do with going
Well,
into the league.
I first starting again, we started the program, man, where we had all inner city kids. It wasn't no picking no kid up from no 700, $800,000 house. We going around southeast, northeast, wherever. And if whoever the big dope boy was in your neighborhood, I know I can get to a kid because 9 out of 10, I know who running the neighborhood, who running the
Right,
project over there.
right.
So kid, I put my boots on and went over there and found out who that kid played for. So it was a lot of recruiting, going to watch kids. So again, using my influence to be able to get these kids to come play for me back in the 90s and in the early 90s. And then this thing just snowballed, man. And next thing
Yeah.
we got everybody going to college. Now, we got guys getting drafted. So, the three names that really helped turn the program around, was DeMar Johnson, who was
Shout
in,
out DJ. Yeah.
and DJ, he was the number one player in the country. Um, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mr. 6'9".
country Keith Ogans, who played 13 years in the league, and then again in 2008 we had Michael Beasley drafted, which was the
Big
number.
Mike.
Yeah, and then in 2010, 10 or 11, I think Nolan was drafted number 21. So the list
What
goes on.
school did Nolan go to? Where did Nolan go?
He went to Duke.
He went to Duke. He went to Duke.
Yes. Him and Quinn went to, uh, so we had players from go all over the country. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you're well respected in that community, that basketball community. Your name has been ringing bells forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So that's just a testament to how good you've been in your field. And so what I know just by being in the DMV, man, is a lot of the young people sought you out. Like they found out about your program and how good you guys were and just wanted to be a part. Right? They
yes.
just wanted to play for you. And I saw that. So did any of them surprise you? Like, did you have a player come to you that you didn't recruit that turned out to be a beast or somebody who you never would have expected? Did you have that one guy that
Uh,
kind of just walked on, like not walked on, but you didn't go search him out and he popped up and was like, ah.
no, I think my craziest jewel who was dropped in my lap, I think was DJ.
Was
Because he
who?
he wasn't DeMar was playing. He was at Bladensburg, not playing high school with all bad grades. He the tallest guy in Bladensburg, and I get a call to go down to Watts playground to see him. Buddy Kurt Smith called me. He's like, man, you got to come see this kid. The kid ain't even playing high school. So, he called his family when I got down Watts, and the family knew exactly who I was. We went to school together. They were like, man, we've been trying to catch you so you can get him.
That's
So
what
from
I'm talking about. That kind of stuff right
he
there.
I took him in. He became like a son of mine, man. He became my family, and
Yeah.
he flew to the moon and became number one player in the country within like a year. And then he
Wow.
number 6 pick in the draft, man, which changed his life, man.
Yeah, I remember. I think he went to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Played
He
for
got
Atlanta. I
drafted.
remember that. I remember when
They
they
had a
grabbed
bad
DJ.
act.
I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he ended up having a car accident and kind of screwed
yeah,
him up a little bit.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So that was probably the one player who just popped on the scene, and people didn't know who he was, and we were sponsored by Adidas at that time, so we had
hmm
to really push the kid. We was with Sonny Vaccaro at that time with Adidas. So I mean, he blew the boy. He went to the moon in the rankings and everything. He's
yeah.
like best players in the country. But the best story is always Quinn Cook because he overachieved so much. National championship at high school at Oak Hill, national championship at Duke. Then he went on to play in the NBA National Championship ring with the Lakers, championship with Golden State, and by the way,
Wow.
he's with DC Assault now. So he's the GM of the.
Hey, it's full circle.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
full circle. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I was going to ask you about somebody else too over there. I lost my thought. Yeah, so this DJ definitely was one of the amazing ones. I didn't know that you had him. Did you ever have Dirk Payne?
Yes, I had Dirk Payne, Al Miller, oh
Little Al. Yeah, I
my,
remember you had Al. I remember Al. 'Cause I
yeah,
think
that
Al
was
went over. Yeah,
that
Al
was
went
the
over
crew.
to Maine or somewhere.
Yeah, he went to Maine Central. I sent him and DJ there together.
Oh, DJ went there
And
too.
Mom went there too. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I didn't
That
know that.
that was my wild crew right there. Now I used to have to go southeast, and they
Yeah,
be
that damn Al,
having
little Al.
Dirk hiding in the stall, but I'm going to get him. I'm like all the crew on Minnesota Avenue. They be like, they over there in the school. Kurt, go get him.
That's exactly where he going over there off Minnesota. So,
Yeah,
so I
over there.
only mentioned Dirk to you because he was always one of my favorites, right? I knew he was off the chain a little bit. I respected a lot. He was just a real guy. Like I know where he was from the trenches and the whole nine. But when I say his heart for back, when this boy was a beast, man. If he had the right mentor, right?
Yeah,
Some
but he had the right mentor because I was the mentor. His ass just ain't want to listen,
he
Stan.
ain't listening. Yeah, Dirk
Dirk,
Payne, bro.
but heart of a lion. I tell you what,
That's what I know.
me having them dudes, man, we weren't losing many games because number one, you ain't going to outplay us. But number two, if you ain't got no heart, we come in the gym and take it. So
Hey man, I seen him in a we was down North Carolina and he did something special for Jason Cable.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought Jason Cable was gonna take his uniform off, messing
yeah,
with he was so embarrassed. He was just like, man, just play ball, man. He don't want no smoke. Cause
yeah,
Dirk
Dirk,
stood over top of the Bama like, it was like,
yeah,
yeah,
Dirk, yeah, Dirk.
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate that. Yeah,
yeah. So
when
anyway, man, I ain't mean to get too far off the
Jimmy,
schedule. Yeah, you had some real ones. You definitely
yeah,
had some real ones with you over there. So,
yeah. It's crazy because our man Jimmy Rogers had them first.
Jimmy had Dirk Payne.
He had Jimmy and Al and them was over there. And
Okay, that's where I
did,
met them first then, because I used to travel with him and ride around, go to the AAUs and stuff. I was just into basketball and just loved to see the sport. So I knew I met them from one of y'all, but I didn't know which one. But yeah, Dirk was my guy because I used to always be trying to keep him like the old people say, keep it in the road, keep his head straight. Because that little joker right there, take off when next thing you
yes,
know,
yeah,
yeah.
them good. Them was the real assault days right there.
Those was the
And
real assault
I
days.
wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, man. If me starting this program back up, if I can go get 10 more Dirk Pains, I'm good. I feel
Yes,
good.
indeed. I know you will be. So, what you looking forward to now? Fast forward in case they don't know. DC Assault is back in order. You guys are still doing your thing. You are back a part of the program.
Yes.
Congratulations on that, because I
Thank
know you are
you.
Mr. Basketball for sure. What's your plans for the future with DC Assault? Like, what are you guys planning to do differently or the same, whatever the case may be, going forward?
Well, we just launched um, about 2 weeks ago. So we signed with New Balance, the shoe company,
Congrats.
and they're making a push for NBA in basketball. So, I mean, the same goals, the same agenda. Talent, recruiting players, bringing on guys, a good team that's going to work. I
Hmm.
have guys who motivated to be college coaches. So they'll be helping me with the coaching part. I won't coach, but I'll oversee the whole program.
Okay,
Um,
so you're not coaching.
now I won't coach. I'll bring in some guys to coach each age group team. We starting at seventh grade right now, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. Um,
Okay.
we
So it's
just
not
do
age.
what
It's
we.
not age related. It's you guys going by grade. It's not age.
Yeah, most of the time it's grades. So
Okay.
now you can be 19 in 11th grade and play AAU. Is the new thing they have going on. I don't understand how, but it's the new thing. So we're gonna keep the rules the same. We're gonna do it the way we used to, clean recruiting. Um, Show the the parents and the family. That's why most of the kids that's over here coaching played for DC Assault. A lot of them came through the program, so they wanted to come and coach once they knew we were bringing DC Assault back.
Got you. So in Duplicity, you talk a lot about the program itself, or not so much. Do you get into the
Yes,
basketball program and all that?
yes, we hit on all that in the book. The book actually is 300 about 80 pages. Uh,
Wow. All
yeah,
right.
so
I
it's
didn't know
from
that.
it's from the rooted to the they say that in the country.
From the
Uh,
rooter to the tutor. So they talked. So you went into your childhood. You went all the way back to childhood.
yeah, starting out in uptown and then moving out Palmer Park.
You know
I
what,
go
bro? I didn't know you lived uptown. I just always knew you was from Palmer Park. So you lived
yeah
uptown before Palmer Park.
before Palmer Park, but my roots were still uptown, so I would still play like for like Emory Heights, Fort Stevens.
Hmm.
So I still played at up there, and I was still taking care of Emory Heights when I was doing really well with DC Assault. That was my rec center. You know,
Okay. I didn't. I'm learning something. I'm learning something new.
yeah.
Okay. So when you moved to Palmer Park, how old were you?
I was I think around 6, but my
Okay.
grandma still lived uptown in
Uptown.
the
Okay.
apartment where we lived at.
Okay. So you were just going back and forth in
So I was
transition.
back and forth. Yes. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Man, so what do you anything you want to say about the book? Anything you want to, let people know about your book, and why should they go read it today and get their copy, and where can they get it from?
Well, you can. The book is on Amazon right now. Amazon and Barnes and Nobles online. Barnes and Noble should have copies soon coming up. They should have some physical copies in the store. But really, just a lot of people want to know the story because they heard of, when everything went down. You're talking about something that's on ESPN and Sports Illustrated. They did an article on me when I was away up in Lewisburg, and a lot of people want to know the story from my side, and this is my voice telling the story, of how I got to where I got, and so people can understand how some of us come up and the cards we're dealt, and sometimes how we lead to where we end up going, again, like I said, but it's not me pointing the finger ever at anybody because nobody put a gun to my head to do anything that I chose to do. The authentic story about me.
I got you. So what I want to say is we appreciate your authenticity. We appreciate you being just straightforward and being honest about your story, good, bad, or indifferent. First of all, I appreciate that. And I also just appreciate you coming home and like restarting your life and, going right back to it, which is a big deal because you was afforded the opportunity to get back in that ring again. So congratulations on the book, man. Duplicity. Make sure you go get it at Barnes and Noble, Amazon, lock in. DC Assault, you guys definitely gonna be seeing a lot of them. Any great news, any surprises you want to talk about DC Assault? Any special recruits, any sneak recruits, any nuggets you wanna drop something right here, right now for the people? Let them know you got something such and such and such and such over there.
Well, they all know I got something up my sleeve, but
Yeah, I'm trying to get it out of you right now.
I can't announce it yet. So I'm still
Yeah,
working players, and but the guys know that with me back doing this, they know it ain't gonna be many outwork me in this lane that I'm in. And I just wanna build another successful program and do what I've always done, and that's send kids to college. And if they're able to make it to the NBA or overseas, that's fine. But I had kids come through the program before who doctors, lawyers, financial guys on Wall Street. So you don't have to. Everything ain't just basketball. It's about life. So I want to build character, help parents, with any help I need to be to their kid or to the parents of a kid. So really that's it. But they all know I'm back. So the
yeah.
internet talk, people talking. So they know I'm coming though. So
They
if it
already
ain't,
know it. They know you coming. So,
yeah,
hey, the basketball world in trouble. They done messed around and let you back in the game. They done pulled you back in.
you know that if it ain't your son and your name ain't on his birth certificate, it ain't your child.
That's how I go with DCSO.
Yeah,
And so let me ask you before I get you out of here, because I talked a little bit about having a mentor with the youngins. Did you ever have a mentor when you were growing up in just in the streets in general, or just in basketball, or whatever the case may be? Did you have a mentor that you looked up to?
I had a few of them, and unfortunately, Stan, the mentor, the people I looked up to, wasn't the people I should have been looking up to. You know what
Yeah,
I
I can
mean?
relate. Trust me, I can relate.
And because again, when you don't grow up in, you don't grow up. We didn't have many doctors, many lawyers. We didn't come up around any of that, so we didn't see it. You know what I mean? My dad was my success story, but like all I know is he go to work 8 hours, party on weekend. So I tell my wife now, she always tells me, say, you all messed up. She be like, your father ain't teach you nothing. You won't cut the grass. You barely take the trash out. And she used to ask me, Dad, Mr. Malone, why you ruin him? But it's funny, but I didn't have, I just had my dad, but everybody else was street guys,
Yeah,
and dad just think, oh, he ain't doing enough. You ask for money, you want shoes, you want things you see, and the first thing you hear is, boy, I ain't got no damn money.
yep. I can
You got to
relate.
go and
Hey,
scrub that, get that toothbrush and scrub that tennis shoe, man. That's the new shoes you gonna get.
hey, I go back to where you got the white polish though. I took it back to the white polish though, where the joints hard
And the
as
black,
hell. Your shoe
and
hard
the
as shit
black,
though. Your shoe cracking in there. They
and
joning
the
like a mother. They joning so
and
hard on your
black polish too. The black too. Ain't no question. That was the best thing going, Jack.
I'm
But
trying to tell you right now, man. That's that project. Hey. But I'm gonna say
yeah,
this though, man. I'm like you in a lot of ways. I wish I did have a positive mentor growing up, but I had the Lemios, the Leps, and all of them jokers. I ain't had no, you know what I'm saying? That's what I saw. What I saw in the projects was guys who was either pimping, selling dope. They wasn't selling hope, nothing like that. And so I looked up to them because they had the things I desired, right? They had
yes,
the fancy cars, the jewels, the women, the this and that. And I knew nobody else had the capability of doing that because they were the most desired people I knew, right?
yeah,
From my hood. Nobody
yeah,
else in my hood was that desired about nothing. And
yeah,
so every project I lived in, that was the standout person, the drug dealer, the pimp,
yeah,
the this to
yeah,
that. Every hood that I moved in. And so
yeah.
I gravitated like you to something that could get me out of there and get me a higher standard in life. And so it happened to be drug dealing. So I applaud you, brother, for the life you turned into. You turned yourself around. You did your time. came home and you know was patient. Because a lot of times your young boys come home, they don't have patience, so they end up
Yeah.
right back in the penitentiary in
I
another
tell
month
you
or
what,
two.
jail teaches some patience now. I'm just telling you that. It
Yeah,
will teach patience. And
yeah,
saying, and I always say, even in the book, the guys that I did look up to and who were my role models never ever ever pushed me to use nor sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
was more of take your butt to school. I got some money. Let me see the report card. But again, still pulling out wads of money in my eyes can be like, wow, where you get,
Right.
but
He got 3, 4 thousand.
never
He got a knock on
persuaded
choke a
me.
horse in his pocket, but he telling you to
Yeah,
go to school.
yeah. It was more, I got you. I'll take care of you as long as you're doing the right thing.
Right.
So for
Right.
years, I started to do wrong. I had to hide it because none of them wanted me doing it.
Right.
So, like I said, them names you named, them my guys. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, they was the homies growing up. I was a
yeah,
little dude, man. I remember. They was my ambition. Like I was like, I'm gonna be like whoop de whoop de whoop and whoop de whooping them,
yeah,
cause yeah, whoop, And so we both are really blessed, man, in an honest way to be
yeah,
even alive, first of all, but to be able to be the OGs in the game and talk about our stories and try to talk to some young. And so I'm proud of you for being a mentor that you are. You have mentored so many youngers, man, and even though you ended up taking a turn for the worse for a minute, they still understood your character, even in it.
yeah,
You proved to us that you were solid. You proved to us that you were a great guy. The basketball world appreciates you being a mentor and a coach that you have been. And so we're looking forward to reading Duplicity. So you guys make sure y'all get y'all copies today, man. Go on Barnes and Noble, or Amazon, either or. Amazon got them now, I think, right? Amazon.
yeah. Amazon has it. Mhm.
Amazon has the book Duplicity. Duplicity. Get your copy. Chase him down. Get it signed from him. I'm gonna pull up on his ass and get my copy. I need to get my copy so I can read it and talk about it. But I'm proud of you, brother. I'm super
Appreciate
proud of the person that you have turned out to be. I like what you did with your time. When you came home, you had something in mind. You was patient enough to deal with it, and so now here we go. And so I'm looking forward to watching your journey, man. And I'll be right there cheering you on, doing your journey, man. I'm super proud. Keep doing what you're doing. Where can they follow you? On Instagrams, any social media that you want to
it.
give out?
On Instagram, the Curtis Malone. Of course, don't too many people do Facebook no more, but it's
Yeah,
just
my old ass still over there. I'm still over there on Facebook, but
the old.
yeah.
That's what the youngest say. You old. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you over there, you old. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but that's the best thing because you definitely can catch up with all your old friends because a lot of older people not on Instagram and Twitter, X
And,
or
and,
whatever.
and, and TikTok and all that, right?
Nah, they not on all that. So
You
yeah,
on
but
TikTok? You over there?
I am, but I don't go on it. I just
You
may
like
watch somebody say,
okay.
but I don't go on there.
So the best place to follow you on social media would be Facebook
Facebook or Instagram.
and IG. And
Yeah,
It's
the
just
Curtis,
Curtis Malone?
the Curtis Malone.
The
Yeah,
Curtis Malone.
yeah, and
I
then
got you.
Instagram for DC Assault is DC Assault Hoops. I believe that's what we just started that about
I
a week.
got you.
So
Okay, what's up next for you with the book, man? You getting on another circuit? You gonna travel around a little bit, or you sitting still? What you doing with the book?
no, I'm waiting on. We got a list of people we waiting. Um, Sent a couple of books up to the Breakfast Club. I just got a call earlier today. I'm supposed to talk to Matt Barnes, who all the smoke with Steve Jackson.
That'll be
So
dope.
just trying to hit up all the platforms, especially the people I know, and continue to push the book, man, and hope people go out and buy it. But
Yeah, get over there with
but
Red
the
Grant and all them
book,
too, man. Get on them circuits. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you do buy the book too, I love people. Them reviews mean something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, they do. Yes, they do. So make
Yeah.
sure you guys get a copy. Duplicity, duplicity, duplicity. Get your copy. Get your copy. Support the homie. Support all the authors if you can, man. But if they got a good story, get the book, man. Don't let somebody tell you about it. You tell you about it. Go read the book. Tell
Yeah.
yourself about the story, and then tell a friend to tell a friend. Get a copy of the book. Give it out for Christmas is coming up. Make a stuffing, what they call a stocking stuffer, all
Uh-huh.
that kind of stuff. Even if you don't like to read, you can get a copy and give it to somebody who does like to read. Give it to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or somebody. But get you a copy of Duplicity, man. This young man has really put a lot of energy into the book. It was a long time coming because I was waiting. So I
Yeah.
already know that you've been waiting as well to get this book out. So again, man, I'm proud of you. Congratulations on being an author and a coach and all the other things that come with it. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be motivational speaking soon. So I'll say in advance, congratulations to
Thank you.
everything you have going on. You've
Thank
been
you.
a homie for a long time. I appreciate the friendship.
Yes.
Anything I can do to help you, man, I'm gonna help, and vice versa. I'm pretty sure. So
Yep.
again, man, thank you for being a part of Spotlight over the city. All love, home team.
Love you.
Duplicity. Duplicity. Get your copy of Duplicity as soon as you get off this live. Go hit that button. Get on Barnes and Noble and order you one. Find Curtis. Get you something signed real quick. And look forward to DC Assault, man. I'm looking forward to y'all doing some big things and doing some ass kicking. So, man, I'm proud
Yeah.
of you, bro. Be
Appreciate
good. I'll talk to you soon, champ.
it. Hey, love.
All right, man.
All
Spotlight over the city. I appreciate you guys. Stoners is already streaming. In case you don't know, now you know it's on Tubi. It'll be on other platforms sooner than later. But for now, go on Tubi. It's free. Get the app. Download it on your phone. Let it run. Let it run. Let it play. Let it run. Let it play. Let it run. And let it play. It's running right now. It's in the background. It's running right this second in my house. Of course it is. And so I thank you guys for watching Spotlight over the city, being a part. I appreciate you guys much. I have some big things coming up. I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of interviews with a whole bunch of folks. So stay tuned for that on Spotlight After Dark, which is my new situation. So thank you guys for being supportive. I appreciate each and everyone on here. If you could, I'll be putting this up so you can go and watch it again or whatever the case is. But you guys have an amazing day. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. I love you guys, man, and I appreciate the support. Love hard. Live good. God first. Spotlight over the city.